So guys, people have been raising alarm over the alleged plot by the United States to buy the Burkina Faso president. This is the most admired president in the world today, coming from Africa, the best performing president in Africa, if not the entire world today. And guess what? People have been raising their voices that they cannot allow this to happen. I mean, people have vowed. Many people are saying they will never allow this to happen because Burkina Faso cannot be the next Libya, considering the performance of this president of Burkina Faso. The question remains, why is America envying Burkina Faso and not Nigeria, the giant of Africa? Anyway, guys, let me allow you to take a look at this video. Just take it.
In early April 2025, U.S. General Michael Langley, commander of the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM, made remarks during a Senate Armed Services Committee hearing that have sparked significant controversy across the motherland, across Africa, across the richest continent on the planet, across my country. Because I believe that Africa is numero uno. One country.
Yes.
One country, and we deserve one president, one currency, one army, 2,000 languages, yes. A multitude of ethnicity groups, yes. We don't forget our roots. Zero borders. One country, zero borders. A bunch of cultures. African folks with a beautiful skin just flying in and out from north to south and east to west and doing our thing. This particular Michael Langley came out here and made remarks that were very controversial. And it did not sit well with African folks. General Langley accused Captain Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso, of diverting the nation's gold reserves to protect his ruling junta rather than using them for the benefit of the Burkina Bay people. What is your business? Shut up. This is not New York. This is not Washington, D.C. Keep quiet. How dare you come out here, hold this freaking whatever services committee meeting, you as the general of that AFCRON or whatever, how dare you come out here and accuse people of doing things, whether they are doing it or not, none of your business. None of your business.
Got nothing to do with you.
The arrogance of these people, let's just chill with this part for a second. Because I like to go in on them when they overstep their freaking boundaries. Just like sometimes when these ones who we are fighting with in the DRC Congo on the right here, on the eastern side, this little tiny peanut country that comes out here to try to call shots about who's Congolese, who's not Congolese, who's Banyamulenge, who's not Banyamulenge. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I like to get there first so I can speak in ways that shows them that you must mind your own business. Yes. You, Langley, also. You're in America. But you decide to want to hold this whatever committee, during whatever committee that is, whoever was chairing that committee, that white dude, the white dude sat there and took a pass on this, but he kept on, how do you say, what's the correct term? He kept on baiting.
Oh, yes.
Baiting that African skin, that Langley, just to get him to say some crap.
Yes, so that he can be the highlight.
No, so that he can be the one to take the blame. It wasn't us who said that.
It was that skin color. It was your own skin color in Africa that said that.
Yeah. It was your own brother. He's also bald like you guys. That said that. It's not us. It's not this. It's not us. It's you guys. Because the way he was even asking, that white dude.
Yeah.
Like, so, shut your mouth.
Come on, he's like just saying, just get there. Say it. No, come on.
We don't hold meetings and committees and all this freaking Senate sittings to talk about them and what they should be doing. Imagine Africa must also come out here, the South African Parliament must also come out here, hold the freaking sitting and start questioning people.
Start saying what they are doing in their own country. No, we say no, that is not right. The governor of Las Vegas should not be doing that.
Yes. And we should revisit our relations with them and all this. And we just start to push our own freaking narrative because we judge. And you know how many things we would have? And why must we take all these ideologies that they bring to the world to force the world to accept? For example, I just don't want to say it because I don't want to provoke the algorithm. But like the one Museveni also rejects. When it comes to these genders.
Those pronouns, basically.
They'll be out here pushing that on the whole freaking world. But they also want to have the right to come into our world, to our Ibrahim Traore, and push freaking narratives. And it's always, whenever they want to say no ceasefire there, they use that skin. No veto power, they use that skin. What is Africa doing? They use that skin. That Langley, he just destroyed his career. That's all it takes, huh? That's all it takes. Wherever he sit, even after his service to the country, you know, when they finish, thank you for your services. I'm in the military. Thank you for what services? Your whole career, you were shitting on the African people. What services?
Yeah, and now if he's not going to be part of that, the services anymore, he's on his own.
When he starts traveling the world, he starts touring, he wants to come to Cape of Good Hope, he wants to come to Table Mountain, he wants to go and visit Kilimanjaro, he wants to go to Zanzibar, he wants to go to the Great Victoria Falls, when he wants to go and visit some of the great places we have in the Democratic Republic of Congo, when he wants to go to that Kigali also, okay, Kigali, relax. When he wants to go to, what do you call this, to Egypt, to all these different places, to Lagos, you want to sit there because you are no longer in office, we will always know that you, traitor, Langley the traitor,
And social media is there forever. These things are going to be there, the history of what he said about Burkina Faso, about Africa.
There's nothing else that this particular Michael Langley can do again to fix his career. This is the pinnacle, this is the attention he will ever get, and it's because it's the beginning of the downfall of his freaking career. Look, there's it, khalas. His face is all over freaking social media. Everybody is calling him that the house Negro. That's the thing. That's the term.
Boy.
The house Negro.
Yes.
I have to say it nicely because I don't want this people to think, oh, what you saying? Not people. I don't care what people think. This freaking algorithm. So, you know Django?
Yes, Django.
Django. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
The character that he played in Django. There's no difference between that character and this Michael Langley. Yes, SJ.
Alright, so the president of Burkina Faso will soon be killed. As of the 4th of April 2025, he has already survived about 18 assassination attempts, but they are not going to stop anytime soon until they get it done. So yes, he will soon be killed. Now, I will tell you how I arrive at this conclusion. I'll play some videos for you so that you understand what is going on. But yeah, I'm still calling on Africa and Africans, especially Burkina Faso citizens, to stand by Ibrahim Traore at this point so that the plan of these Westerners will not come to pass. Now, let me quickly play a video of Idi Amin. Slowly listen to what Idi Amin said, the former president of Uganda.
This is a point which I wanted to bring to your attention. And therefore, with this particular, there is the movement. Therefore, they make news in their news media. Before you can be assassinated, they can focus from the world opinion that you are murderer, you are this, you are this, you are this. But they wanted to draw the attention of the world that you are very bad, while they have already planned everything. But God is there with us.
You heard what Idi Amin said in the video. In a nutshell, Idi Amin is saying that when they plan to assassinate you, they will first give you a bad name around the world. Sometimes they can give you a murderer, or they can give you any crazy thing, so that when they carry out the assassination, people will say, of course, he's a bad person. It's a good thing that these Westerners have done. In the case of Ibrahim Traore, they've already started giving him a bad name slowly. Now, this US General Michael Langley, the head of United States African Command Center, took Ibrahim Traore's name to the US Senate to say Ibrahim Traore is taking out gold to protect himself. Let's listen to him.
Corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across, even in Sudan.
All right, so you heard what Michael Langley said about Ibrahim Traore and the gold reserve in Burkina Faso. First of all, I don't know why he's so interested, and I don't know why the US all of a sudden they care about Africa, that they are so bothered that Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, is taking all this gold to protect himself, he's taking it to his advantage or no. I don't know why they are so bothered about that. But for context, for you people to understand the genesis of this problem, in 2022, Ibrahim Traore, there was a coup that made Ibrahim Traore the president, of course, and then when he became the president, he sent the French government out of the country, he sent the Westerners out of the country. Reason being that he said these people are taking a lot from Africa and they are not giving anything to Africa, especially his own people, that they are exploiting their gold, their mineral resources and everything. So he sent them away, and then he started showing off what the mineral resources that are in Burkina Faso. Like in this video, as you can see, these are the gold bars gotten from Burkina Faso. And in this video, he made the people understand that these gold bars, they have been harnessing it and exploiting us over the years. And this is why I sent out the French government. These gold bars will be used for the betterment of everybody. And so far, it's doing well. Like now, in Burkina Faso, education is free from primary all the way up to the university. The minimum wage have gone up. It is a tax-free nation. They don't collect tax for anything. It's a tax-free nation. And slowly, the guy is doing well. Now, the Westerners are not happy. And that's why the likes of Michael Langley is trying to give the Burkina Faso president a bad name. And like Idi Amin said, if they want to assassinate somebody that is doing well in Africa, they first of all give him a bad name. They first of all give him a bad name by calling him a dictator, a murderer, or a thief. And in the case of Ibrahim Traore, they have already started calling him a dictator by using his own people in France to go against him. Recently, there was a protest in France where some Burkina Faso citizens were calling for the step down of Ibrahim Traore, that is a dictator.
Traore, arrête de faire des exactions contre les populations civiles qui n'ont rien demandé, qui ne savent même pas où se trouve la capitale du Burkina Faso, à savoir Ouagadougou. Donc c'est des gens qui vivent dans des villages, qui ne connaissent rien de la vie politique. Les djihadistes viennent, ils occupent les villages, ils les obligent à s'habiller en combat.
Meanwhile, these people are not living in Burkina Faso. These are Burkina Faso citizens in France. So how would you know that he's a dictator? Do you understand? So they've already started giving him a bad name, just like they did to Gaddafi. If you remember Muammar Gaddafi, they did the same thing. They say he's greedy, he's a dictator, he does not want to leave power. His selfishness is making Libya not to grow. You know, and at the end of the day, boom, they went into Libya, they assassinated him. And as of today, Libya is unstable. They don't even have a government anymore. This is Libya before, and this is Libya now. Everything is going down. No government, dilapidation everywhere. Their buildings are falling, everything. There's no life anymore in Libya. This is the same thing that they want to do at Burkina Faso, claiming that they want to help the people. What is your business with the gold reserve? What is your business with the gold reserve? Now, what am I trying to say in a nutshell? I'm calling on Africa and Africans around the world to please stand by Ibrahim Traore. They've already started using their media to paint him bad. And another thing I want to appeal to us Africans, if you have influence on the media, your views, you have an influence, they will try to approach you to also help them to give him a bad name. Do not be used as an instrument by these Westerners to give Ibrahim Traore a bad name. He's doing well. If he's not doing well, he will not be surviving all these attempts. Ask yourself a question. Why is it that the former president that was in power did not survive any assassination attempts from the West? So this US, when the French government and other Westerners were mining gold in Burkina Faso, why didn't you come out to say, we noticed that the French government and some other Western countries are making a lot of money and getting gold from Burkina Faso, and why didn't you come up with that story? But so far so good, this guy is out here, he's doing well for his people, then from nowhere you feel like he's greedy and you want to help. Nobody begged you to help anybody. Stay in your country, leave them alone. Leave Ibrahim Traore alone. Leave Ibrahim Traore alone. So people of Africa, please at this point stand by Ibrahim Traore and do not listen to this fake media from the West. Do not listen to this bad story that they want to paint of Ibrahim Traore from the West. He is a giant of Africa and he's doing well. So far so good. So please, especially his people in Burkina Faso, please stand by your president. It is important that you stand by him at this time. Now, there are other news. Recently, some of his people, some mercenaries entered Burkina Faso and assassinated a lot of people. They finished a lot of people, claimed lives. All this is to shake him. There's other story arising that they've employed some other mercenaries to still go into Burkina Faso and do a lot of crazy things. It is not fair. It is not fair. What is the business of this US general with the gold in the gold reserve in Burkina Faso? It is a question. They don't need your help. Leave them alone. Thank you very much and don't play. And like also I forgot to mention that Africa's first electric car has been made in Burkina Faso. Nice one. Una better support them, else you're going to learn and you will learn the hard way. Let's stand by Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. Thank you.
America, we are trying to send you a message. Let the peace reign in Africa. Enough is enough. Go and fight Russia. If you are a man, if you are a superpower, you can't come to Africa to tell us that this Ibrahim Traore is stealing the gold, is making himself rich. We don't believe that message you are telling us. We believe he's developed his country. That is how we pollute the mind of some African people. Kill Muhammad Gaddafi. Look at Libya now. We take Libya and learn lesson. We don't want to associate ourselves with the France. We don't want to associate ourselves with the America. God punish America. I hate America. God punish Trump. And whoever support America, fuck you. And leave Burkina Faso and develop their country. We are with the president of Burkina Faso and develop his country. God bless Burkina and fuck America. Fuck you and the fuck you, motherfuckers. Your country is suffering. China exposed America now. You have nothing in the world. You just claiming to be superpower. Fuck you, America. Leave us with our gold. Leave us with our petrol. You have nothing. You are stealing people. You are stealing country. I hate America. Fuck America.
All right, man, so let's get to it. U.S. Army General says Ibrahim Traore is using Burkina Faso gold to protect himself. This is a cotton-picking fucking lie. This is a fucking lie. And they're using a fucking Sambo, General Langley, that's a commander of AFRICOM, to do this shit. This is the same play they used when it came to Gaddafi. They used Obama, to get rid of Gaddafi. This is the same fucking play. Now all these lies is coming out about Ibrahim Traore. One thing Ibrahim Traore did was liberate his people, kick the fucking French out of this fucking country, and liberate his people and making this country independent outside of the fucking West. Come on, man, we ain't finna go for this shit. So U.S. government wants to arrest Captain Ibrahim Traore. AFRICOM accused Traore of using Burkina Faso's gold for protection. This is a fucking lie. This is the same play that they used against Gaddafi. And if you got this Sambo right here, they always put a black man, to go do some shit, when it comes to Africa. Like, no, we're not falling for that shit no more. This is the same play they did with Gaddafi. And they're using the Sambo once again to do this shit, all because Burkina Faso want to be liberated and be independent on their fucking own. Didn't Trump say he want everybody to hold their own nuts? Didn't Trump say he only for America only? So why the fuck you worrying about what's going on in Burkina Faso? Why you worrying about their gold? And not only Burkina Faso, but you got Niger and Mali, that liberate themselves and don't want nothing to do with the West. They want to build their countries up. What the fuck is wrong with that? So right now, I ain't fucking with Trump, the administration, and I most definitely ain't fucking with this Sambo until further notice. Cause I want to see how this shit play out. We not finna let this shit slide, thinking that y'all finna influence us to believe that our brothers and sisters over there, Burkina Faso, is doing something wrong. The only thing they want to do is build an economic and a political power structure outside of the West. They don't want to deal with the West no more. What is the problem? We ain't letting this shit slide. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. If you don't like what I'm saying, unfollow me right now. I'm not fucking with Trump right now, the administration, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying, until further fucking notice, until we see how this shit play out. Because what you're not gonna do is lie to us and go over there, you know what I'm saying, and destroy those countries like y'all did Gaddafi in Libya. This is the same playbook they used on Gaddafi with Obama, and now they're using this Sambo right here, you know what I'm saying, do the same fucking thing. When Ibrahim Traore is liberating his people all around the board and trying to build an economic and a political power structure for Burkina Faso. Also, Mali and motherfucking Niger with their peoples. But the thing is, they building a bank, independent bank, and now the West and French, they salty, you know what I'm saying, because they can't motherfucking have a bank, you know what I'm saying, in that region no more. Or they can't motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, take all the resources from that region anymore, they gold, all their minerals and everything. No, we ain't going for that shit no more, man. Trump, I ain't fucking with you. MAGA, I ain't fucking with y'all. I ain't never fucking with y'all, period, like that. And motherfucking the whole administration, I ain't fucking with it until further notice. And that's how I'm bumming, that's how I'm fucking rocking, man. Fuck y'all talking about.
You will hear about the African Union. Yes, it exists. But what is the effect of the African Union in reality? We cannot talk about integration in the theme and not talk about the African Union. Because it is this organization that should unite us, create real integration. But we regret to see these wars that persist on the African continent, killing millions of young people. And that this organization, which has heads of state, with armies, is unable to organize itself to support certain countries. The Union is not just a word. The Union is a symbol. And we, the youth, should learn a lesson from this situation to unite, to make integration a reality. I was unpleasantly surprised when Ethiopia, which hosts the headquarters of the African Union, was experiencing a conflict. And when I saw the Prime Minister put on a military uniform and announce the closure of the university in Addis Ababa to face the threat. I did not see any action from the African Union to protect these headquarters. Most Western states saw Addis Ababa falling, packing up and leaving. Ethiopia fought, found an internal solution, and is living more or less in peace today. The children of Congo have been dying for years. Several other conflicts, such as in Sudan, exist on the continent. We would have liked to see the African Union generate the forces and all the necessary strategies to support these states so they can regain peace. For nearly 10 years, the Sahel has been the theater of international terrorism. But we see no support from these organizations to find a solution to this problem. Worse, a few days ago, a country foreign to Africa openly announced having supported and participated in a cowardly terrorist and barbaric attack against the forces of our confederation in Tinsawatten. The African Union did not utter a word to condemn this interference by a state outside of Africa in the internal affairs of our states. I would like them to hear this and therefore break their silence and take action so that the youth can believe in the African Union.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. The question is, why are they envying Burkina Faso president? Not TINUBU. Why Ibrahim Traore? Why this man that have shown that Africa can be independent? Africa can no longer depend on the South to give them peanuts for them to survive. You know, they come to Africa, they bring all kinds of aid to us and tell us they are here to help us. But guess what? They are just giving us that mindset that we should remain dependent. So since Ibrahim Traore came to power, he has proven that Africa can be so independent and it's not difficult, you know. This man has gone ahead to establish all kinds of factories in his country. I mean, cutting off ties with America, dependency on France, and all that. He wants the money of Burkina Faso to work for them. You know, I'm just wondering, this guy at his very young age has shown that leadership is not rocket science. At his very tender age, people like TINUBU, who said they fought for democracy, they are busy gagging every institution in Nigeria, imposing military rule on states so that they can take over states, you know, to join him in 2027. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country, honestly. Like, so many people, whether you are from the United States, you are from Canada, I mean, white and not white, everybody is raising alarm since they started talking about Traore, you know, being under threat to be fined. People have been raising their voices that Africa cannot let this happen. You know, this is one of the best leaders Africa has ever had, although he's from Burkina Faso. You know, and people have been comparing him with people like TINUBU, that TINUBU cannot compare himself with Traore, because Traore has proven that leadership is no rocket science. And the question will be, why is America even going after Traore? Is America not seeing other leaders in Africa? Why Traore? Because this is the man who has come out to tell the African states that we can no longer depend on these people that have colonized us for long and has left us in perpetual poverty. Look at, for instance, Tinubu went to France. The France government cannot ask Tinubu to go home and build a hospital in Nigeria. Sometimes he will go to the UK. The United States will not ask them to go home and build hospitals. Now, Tinubu has been borrowing. They cannot show us one hospital they've built. And to worsen it, Tinubu knows that he cannot win election based on, you know, performance. That's why he's gagging people from other parties and, you know, using the EFCC on people to come back to power. It's really so sad where we are as a country. And that's why everybody needs to rise up. Because I know that if Nigeria becomes independent, guess what? Other African countries will become independent. If Nigeria gets it right, other African countries will get it right. It's because Nigeria is not there. That is why we are still suffering. You know, that's why we are suffering. And that's why people, I mean people from other countries, it's not just people from Burkina Faso, they've been raising alarm over these plots to buy the Burkina Faso leader, because this man is so exceptional, doing great things. The people of Burkina Faso love him and all that. Recently he went to France. We also heard that, you know, no, not France, sorry. Recently there was a protest in France, and we heard that people were protesting against him. People that have been bought over, because this man has shown that leadership is not a rocket science. But will our politicians learn? Are they ready to learn? Now the West is looking for him because he refused to be a puppet, because he refused to allow them to be ruling him. He refused to answer them, sir, and leave Africa in bondage. No, he believes that it is high time Africa liberates itself from this perpetual bondage. So guys, everybody is happy. I mean, people are happy that this guy is showing America pepper at this time, and that is why they are looking for his life. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. What's your take from Ibrahim Traore? You must have heard about him. What do you make of him, you know, being alleged that there are plans that for America to buy? What's your thoughts on all those? Let me know in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.